60 video. Now, I have a light on that I just know is going to go out any minute because the battery is so low. So hopefully it'll hang in there till I'm done. First of all, I want to thank you all so much for all the wonderful comments that you've sent in after finding out, I wasn't feeling well. And I just love you all, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart that you would be so kind and to say such nice things and to send your prayers and good thoughts. So thank you for that. Now, what I want to talk about today is, as the title mentioned, I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar. And I don't know what made me get to think about this kind of a topic today. And I have touched on before, as we become older, we should become more empowered and more proud and realize how much we've been through. And it's kind of our badges of honor. And I actually would like to read to you the first verse of that song, because I think if you could put in I Am Woman over 60 in parentheses, I think you'd get it. So let me go ahead and I'll read this to you. And I think a lot of young women might not know about the song. It was recorded in, hang on people, 1971. And this, of course, was a period when women's lib, as we called it back then, was really starting to be embraced. Women were burning their bras. We were becoming more bold and more aware of how women in general, had been discriminated against, passed over, thought of as little ladies who need to take Valium when they're not, feeling too good. So we have come a long way. But I do want to read you the first verse because it's awesome. And it kind of reflects the theme of this video. I am woman, hear me roar. In numbers too big to ignore. And I know too much to ignore. And I know too much to go back and pretend. Because I've heard it all before, and I've been down there on the floor. No one's ever going to keep me down again. Oh yes, I am wise, but if it's wisdom that's born of pain. Yes, I paid the price, but look how much I've gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I am strong. I am invincible. I am woman. And then, of course, the other verses are amazing. And I'll put you a link down below in the comment section that will get you to one of the Helen Reddy recordings that's on YouTube. It says a lot, doesn't it? And as I said, if you could go over 60, in between those words, it makes me feel like that's where I'm at. A couple of things I wanted to kind of mention regarding that is, when I was younger, I thought I knew it all. I thought I had it, all cinched up as far as life goes. And I think as we women, become more mature and we go through the different stages of our life, whether it's marriage, childbirth, being a grandparent, different careers we might have had, divorces in our life, or friends and loved ones who have passed away and having to, go through that experience of pain and loss. It kind of, I don't like to use the word toughens you up, but I think it does toughen you up. I think that as the song reflects, I have been there, I have done it, and I realize now that I can go through with a lot more because I am woman, hear me roar. And I just love that song. And so I think that, some of those things that I've experienced over my life, and maybe you too as well, you can relate to that all these different trips, that we've taken over decades, over years, and probably really wherever you are in life, whether you are someone who is over 60, over 50, over 40, over 30, in your own parameter, you can identify. Now, when I was a young woman, and actually I was 18, and I was married, as you may know, prior to Randy. I was in a very short marriage. Stupid thing I ever did in my life, but there's one of those, those badges of courage. You learn the mistakes that you made, and looking back, if I could do it all over again. But I always say we are where we are because where we have been. And if I hadn't gone through that experience, maybe I never would have married or even gotten to know Randy. So, I take it and I take it in stride and think about that. As painful as that experience was for me, it gives you a whole new perspective on relationships and, your life in general. But back to what I was saying, when I was 18 and I was married before, I had a job, I owned a car, I had an apartment, and I was married, and I went into a pretty large department store in the area I lived in. It was very much similar to Macy's, and I went in and I wanted to apply for a credit card. I hope I haven't told you this story already. I don't think I did. So I go up to the counter at the credit department, and I say, I'd like to apply for a credit card. Oh, that's fine. I was dressed professionally. I'd gotten off work, and they handed me the form, and, I filled it out with all the information about, everything they needed to know. Well, where's your husband? And where's my husband? What do you mean, where's my husband? They would not allow me to get my own credit card because I had to have my husband's signature because I was a woman. And back then, I guess women just didn't get credit cards. I was like blown out of the water. I couldn't figure out what the problem was, and that was the problem. I was a woman, and if I wanted that credit card, I had to have my husband sign off on it. And so from that point forward, anytime I had a service like gas, electric, phone, any of those kinds of things, whenever they were set up, if we would move to a new apartment, I would try to set them up in my name so I could establish credit, credit for future needs. If I needed a credit card and they said, well, you don't have any credit. Well, yeah, I do. The phone bill is under my name. They wouldn't even let me do it. You couldn't even sign up for, home services. It had to be a husband's name. I don't know what women did who were actually single or divorced. I don't know what that looked like. All I knew is what my life looked like and what my picture was, and it made me really angry. And there was prejudice, there was discrimination, and women would be doing it to women. I'd be talking to a woman who was the service manager, of the gas company or the phone company, trying to set up service, and here she's telling me I have to have my husband sign up for me. It just blows the mind. It just blows the mind. And so that was one of the things that I wanted to comment on. And, the other thing too is that, remembering those old experiences we've had help us to kind of become more in tune with ourselves today. At least that's my experience. And I need to start listening to my inner voice more. I need to do that. And when I start to say, oh no, I'm over 60, I'm getting to be old and all that, and there's this inner voice saying, Jill, you're rocking it, girl. You're doing great. Don't worry about your age. And if someone says, how old are you? Say it from the rooftops. I'm almost 67 years old. I have friends who, if you ask them, I say, how old are you? They won't tell you. I don't know what that's about. I know in the olden days, women never discussed their age. Why not? You should be proud of that age. You worked hard for that age. I have my doctor who, she is, probably late 50s, I'd say. And we got to talking one day about age. This has been 2 or 3 years ago. And I was getting kind of, I'm getting old, how you do? And you start to complain, I'm getting old. And she said, you know what? I can't wait to get old. I can't wait to have gray hair. I can't wait to have wrinkles on my face. Because what that tells me is I have lived a full life. And I just can't wait for that. And after she said that to me, I went, that's really a good way to look at it. And I come out and I say, yeah, I'm out of the gate and I'm all excited about being 66 years old or whatever age it is. And I start to go, oh gosh, I'm getting old. No, you're not. You're getting better. You're getting better, Jill. And so are you. You're getting better. And don't worry about those wrinkles and don't worry about that gray hair. Just go for it. And if someone says, how old are you? You tell them how old you are and you tell them you're proud of it. We went wine tasting just a couple of days ago. I've been feeling better. He says, let's get out and do something fun. It was a beautiful day. So we went to a winery and I'm sitting in there, we're looking around, and I had to sit because my back's been causing me a lot of problems. So they have tables there at this tasting room and we're sitting and I'm kind of looking at the people coming in and out, and there's those, high-tech, super rich kind of people in there, doing their little thing. And then I noticed, though, majority of people were our age. They were. And I thought, I'm not going to be treated with respect. As I walked in and I saw these young people, they're going to be old and they're not going to know anything about wine, so why do I spend a lot of time with them? Well, let me tell you, that guy paid us, as much attention and as great, I'll use the word respect for a better word, as he was to those young people. It's becoming a gray society. And people are starting to wake up and say, we can't discriminate against these people. They are an important part of our society, and they're the growing part of our society. So that gives you even more strength to get out there and just rock it, Well, I don't know whether I've gotten to all the things that I wanted to talk about. I didn't want to get this too long. But what I want to say is one more time, I am woman, hear me roar. And I think that's a great thing at over 60. Over 50, over 40, over 30. I am woman, hear me roar. I want to hear from you. I want to hear stories. I want to hear comments. Have you had this sort of thing happen to you in your life? Where even when we're in the new century, 2019, I'm talking 1971 is when that happened to me. 1970, 71. So, even though we've come a long way, have we come that far? Have we come far enough? So I want to hear your stories. Have you found discrimination in either age or weight? That's another big topic. Weight discrimination. I could write volumes on that one. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you know other women who are mature, who might like this topic or like any of the topics that I put out about women over 60, let them know I'm here, because I'd love to have other people join in on the conversation. Okay, everybody, until next time, thanks a lot for watching. Take care. I love you all. Bye-bye.